Thank you very much, President, Congress. Steve Gillan, General Secretary, POA. I know it's getting late in the day and people are probably anxious to go, but this is an extremely important motion on this order paper, because I think the way we're treating our mentally ill prisoners in this country is an absolute disgrace. It's a stain on British society, it's a stain on governments, it's a stain on everybody really, and it's something that needs to be addressed. Now, I'm not naive enough to think that there's a big pot of money available to this incoming Labour government. You only had to listen to motions earlier about everybody saying what their industry is like. There is a prison crisis, overcrowding. The reality is for us, in order to deal with overcrowding, you need to divert the mentally ill away from prisons. Prisons are no place for those individuals. And the courts, unfortunately, are using it as the default position because there's nowhere else to send them. So it keeps them safe from themselves. What we need to, a recent estimate is there's 8,000 prisoners that have got mental health issues that previously they may have been given a community award to go and get a mental health treatment requirement, which would have kept them out of prison. But that's not happening anymore. And it's putting a pressure on prison officers who do not get the training for mental health issues. That's the job of nurses and the NHS and the trained professionals to deal with mental health issues. And I just think to put someone incarcerated, and it's gone on for far too long now. I remember when I was a serving prison officer at Bulwood Hall, which was a female prison, it was inhumane, quite frankly, to lock up some of the women there who had mental health issues simply caused by the past when they had been sexually abused or violence done to them, and yet there they were in prison with no rehabilitation, no mental health services, just scratching the surface. That cannot be right. It has been said time and time again that we judge society as to how we treat our prisoners in our care. Now, at the end of the day, there's lots of people that deserve to be in prison, but I actually think we need a total rethink. We need a royal commission into not just prisons, but the whole criminal justice system, because it is broken. And it's going to take Labour a long, long time to fix the brokenness of our system, because the Tories totally destroyed it through a lack of cuts. And of course, cuts have consequences. So it will take the Labour government probably a long, long time, but they can start with progress to make sure that we divert people away. Because let's face it, it's actually costing probably about £40,000 per prisoner place. That's money that could be spent in our NHS, in our communities, to make these people better. Because we are not the best people to look after the mentally ill, because I've been around when I was operational. I never received one day of mental health training, ever, quite frankly, as a prison officer, and my colleagues tell me the same. Where has the compassion gone if we're just warehousing people and making them worse instead of better? But to do that to the mentally ill is quite shameful. Please support the motion, Congress.